NBC has already approved season 14 of Chicago Fire, but the catch is that you won't be able to watch it until September. What kinds of stories will there be then? Some were hinted at in the season 13 finale, and others will undoubtedly be aware that a time jump is imminent. This is normal for a show that prefers to be in real time, but because Stella Kidd is pregnant right now, it might be more important this time. Showrunner Andrea Newman told TV Insider that something is coming here, but she did not specifically state that we will be getting a 4-month premiere jump. Yes, we do that time jump every time. We don't know how much time has passed, but based on our perspective, and since we don't know exactly what will happen to her during this pregnancy, we want to avoid the perception that first responder parents have that the stakes are really high. When you're married to someone who works in a fire department, you may think they're high. However, imagine being caught in a fire together and realizing that you will effectively leave your child an orphan, like Kidd experienced when she was younger. She is therefore very afraid of it. Indeed, the stakes have just increased. When dealing with youngsters on the phone and seeing your own child's face, everything becomes more intense. In the end, Chicago Fire hasn't had much opportunity to explore a pregnancy plotline like this, but there will be chances to do some entertaining things inside that. But in the end, Severide and Stella have endured so much. Why subject them to more suffering now? Is it possible that further information about Chicago Fire Season 14 will be released now that June has actually arrived? Naturally, you already know that there is a need for more of the show, so we don't need to sit here and say that. When NBC will reveal additional information is currently a mystery, and the same is true for the rest of the franchise. We don't believe that any significant adjustments are being planned here, and we generally believe that a start time in late September or early October makes some sense. If a mystery remains here, it is more closely related to the plot, which we shall discuss soon. For the time being, it is important to note that there is a very high probability that we will find out more about Chicago Fire Season 14 before the month is out. We don't see any compelling evidence that this will change anytime soon. Broadcast networks usually announce exact dates in June or early July. We tend to believe that this is always necessary and it allows them plenty of time to advertise whatever comes next. Regarding the upcoming modifications, Jake Lockett's character, Sam Carver, was essentially written out in the drama previously. How they will write out Daniel Kyrie's Ritter persona is still a mystery to us. Although it's terrible that it occurred, we also can't claim to be completely astonished. We only hope that there is a proper farewell early in the season because this is a production that is trying to minimize costs. It makes a lot of sense to question if certain characters would return or not, as we anticipate Chicago Fire's 14th season on NBC. We already know that Jake Lockett's role as Carver will not be returning, so we hope that there will be a chance to reintroduce Daniel Kyrie as Ritter, even if it is only for a single episode, to conclude his plot and provide an explanation for his departure. What about Chief Pascal, played by Dermot Mulroney? We are aware that at the beginning of season 13, it appeared as though Herman would eventually take over as chief, and that this was a one-season position. It appears nonetheless that the character does not desire that. As a result, everything is shifting, including our opportunity to watch more of Mulroney on the drama on NBC. Showrunner Andrea Newman told TV Insider that you will see more of Dermot and gave an explanation for why Pascal might prefer to remain at Firehouse 51 for the time being. When they all arrived for Pascal's wife's burial in episode 16, and he stated, "Sorry, this funeral is family only," Mooch said, "That's why we're here, Chief." That, in my opinion, was the pivotal moment for Pascal. And it seemed to me that he kind of absorbed everything when he realized he was a member of this family. Pascal, he can be pretty difficult to read at times, but at that particular instance, you could see it truly hit him in the gut. Therefore, I believe that 51 will feel like his home-going future, both because of that and because of my growing friendship with Severide. We do have a tendency to believe that the Firehouse might get a new addition to compensate for Carver and Pascal's departures, but we probably won't find out about it for a time.